zero-emission vehicles in the industry. We'll have Class 4 through 8 zero-emission vehicles. We're doing that with several different partners right now. And so we're going to introduce you to those partners today. We're going to introduce you to the products that we have to look at all different types of
coast as well, which has been 100% electric commercial vehicle, 4x2, Class 5, so 19500 GVWR, and in operation not only over here on the West Coast, but in trial and testing over on the East Coast as well, which has been exceptional, extremely well received product. So it's running our the C-Electric C-Drive 120A. You know, as you probably gathered from my accent, we have other origins rather than the USA. So for the last 3 or 4 years, we've been operating the same power systems, not only in Australia but also in New Zealand and Southeast Asia, Thailand.
You've got a long history with hino of Australia, specifically.
Absolutely. So Sam Suda, ex-colleague of yours, is now heading up hino Australia, and has been a very visionary in his approach to transitioning to alternative fuels. So we're working with hino Australia on Class 4 to Class 8 type product.
3 different systems you're offering there, right?
3 different systems, 3 different power systems. So our power system range starts from a Class 2 van type product right up to Class 8. But this particular product here, which we've got more than 1 million miles of in-service testing across 5 countries now, is an exceptional product for the M5 product. So it's a what we refer to as a 120A. It fits 138 kilowatt hours of batteries. Okay. And operates with a JJE electric motor, high voltage electric motor, producing somewhere in the vicinity of 170 horsepower, 1100 foot-pound of torque. Extreme performance, very quiet, linear acceleration, linear deceleration, no fumes from internal combustion engine, etc. One of the smarts of the way that we're operating our system is that we've developed a battery system that doesn't require thermal management. So we eliminate the need for the cooling system and the heating system that adds weight, adds complexity, but also takes energy from the battery system. So we can operate from 0 Fahrenheit right up to 140 Fahrenheit without that need.
And it's all about managing the energy, right?
100%. And having those components that do require cooling, like the motor, etc., cooled with a much smaller radiator that's got variable speed fans that our smart software engineers can ramp up and down. Similarly with the power steering pump, ramping that up and down as the driver requires, essentially reducing the amount of energy that any of those ancillaries require from the battery system. So this particular unit has been proven to do up to 240 miles of range without any load and without any ancillaries on a single charge. 240 miles. In service, the likes of Staples and other operators are getting somewhere in the vicinity of that 150 miles with 50% payload, so 5,000, 6,000 pounds of average payload during normal service with air conditioning operating, etc.
Sure. Out here in California, and Staples is running this every day.
Every day. Yeah, other than today when we've borrowed it. So it's out every day and achieving that sort of range.
Excellent.
The exciting element of this product is it's available now, readily available, commercially available in the marketplace today, with proven performance, proven outcome, and a total cost of ownership package that is really exciting for
customers. That's who we want to be, right? That's our
proven outcome and a total cost of ownership package that is really exciting for this particular product.
So how about some of the componentry? Like, as an example, this is not a typical toolbox, right?
This is what we call a component box, Bob. So it fits a range of the components, more so in a nice, neat package location, package position that can be assembled off vehicle and then bolted onto the chassis as it comes through. So this particular package solution with the PDU, the power distribution unit, the air conditioning system, this can fit onto not only the M5 but also the M4 and any of the other hino products,
we have plans there
sub-assembled off vehicles for nice, neat and efficient upfitting, which is really important. Our upfittings performed locally, so we use very large upfitters that hino already have commercial relationships
long
with.
relationships with them.
And are experts in this particular space. So we want to ensure we can bring this product to market at a cost-effective basis with a TCO that makes a total cost of ownership that makes sense for the operator, and with the ability to be able to upfit, assemble, bring to market in scale.
That's perfect, because TCO is something we speak about all the time with our customers. That's who we want to be, right? That's our focus.
Fantastic. It's really, really important for the fleets. You know, they want to be environmentally friendly, but they've got shareholders that they have to be able to achieve certain outcomes for. So
Absolutely.
getting the TCOs right is important. So let's have a look under the deck, Bob. So what we're looking at here is our two battery packs.
Yeah, I think the packaging of these is amazing. Keeps the weight distribution very similar.
Exactly
to
right, Bob.
combustion
Exactly
engine.
right. So the engine has been removed from that location. The transmission has been removed from where the second battery pack is. And on an EV, the batteries are their heaviest items. So we've designed it in a way that the batteries will retrofit in that particular position, front and a second.
So this one's here. The second one is between the frame rails, right behind it, where the transmission generally
Correct,
would be.
correct. Where the weight came out.
Perfect.
The other reason for doing that is that as battery density increases, we see the opportunity of being able to move the battery size that is smaller up a GVW category or upper class. So
okay.
the product that we would use in the M4 is a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. Battery densities are increasing all the time. And as they increase, and we get another
Hit the accelerator. Nice and this is amazing. Keeps the weight just
front and a second.
lag. Yep.
Yeah, but again, what I like seeing is drivers come in the morning and the truck isn't charged up. So let me tell you a little bit about the battery pack itself and the cooling. As I mentioned, it's air cooled.
Yep.
Gives a more even temperature to those cells. As you know, keeping cells at the right temperature is what makes a longer lasting battery, better performance, and obviously better performance for the truck itself. The software and the telematics is all proprietary to Exos, so the software is designed purposely for the batteries. Monitors battery health, battery performance. In the unlikely event that there was ever an issue, we could identify which pack was having that issue, bring it in, service it, get it back on the road. So again, for us, low cost, low maintenance for the operators, and really efficient performance.
Not just which pack referring to this, but with inside of this.
We could get it down to that level, right? First of all, we identify the pack, and then we could quickly identify which module needed to be replaced or serviced or maintenance, and then we could take care of that
pull
right
that
away.
module out, put a new one in.
That's exactly right, yeah. Pull it out, put it in, get them back on the
So
road.
air cooled makes that very easy to move those in and out.
It does. They're lightweight because, again, they're air cooled. A little safer that way. Again, low maintenance, not much to do. But again, that's kind of our focus, is giving operators and fleets a chance to service these vehicles quickly and get you back on the road.
All right.
Yeah.
How about charging?
Yeah, great question. So right behind me is this charger. This truck is equipped for a level 3 DC charging, which means it can charge in about an hour.
1 hour. This entire vehicle.
That's right.
Is that
yeah.
from zero or?
Probably a little more than zero. Most trucks don't want to come in at
Yeah,
zero.
you're not getting down to zero hardly.
Yeah,
ever,
you want to
right?
come
Yeah.
down with a little more range than that. And again, it depends on the charging capability of the charger, but typically a level 3 DC charger, about an hour to a full charge.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And one of the things we did, again, I like saying the charger's here at the front. We want to make sure the driver always knows where to plug it in. You'd be surprised how many times drivers come in the morning and the truck isn't charged up. So right there where everyone can see it, make sure we get them all charged.
All right.
Yeah. If you like, we can pop the hood, take a look
Yeah,
around
let's
and
do
see
that.
what that looks like.
I'll grab the
Yeah,
other
of course.
side.
Thank you. Yeah, so I always like to say the first thing you notice is what you don't notice is the internal combustion engine. Gone, cleaner design. For me, what that means is less parts that can break, less parts to maintain, a little easier to keep on the road. But you'll notice it still has fluids, it still has a cooling system. As I mentioned, we have our batteries that are air cooled.
Right?
The cab still has AC, the traction motor needs cooling, so you still see liquids, you still see a cooling system. This black box back there is part of our cooling system, and then we have some of our electronics and converters.
So all of your devices are here under the hood for the moment. Nothing.
The grand
nothing's in the
majority,
back.
yeah. There's
All
a couple of modules placed, but the grand
Small
majority,
pieces in the back, right?
right, smaller electronics, but the grand majority is right here up front. And then everything else you see is what you would find in the typical convention, hino truck, your power steering, your suspension, your axles.
Yep.
Yeah, but again, what I like seeing is a bit cleaner compartment. That means easy to maintain, lower
Very clean,
cost,
very
lower
clean.
maintenance. Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah, otherwise, want to get in the truck, take it for a spin?
Absolutely. Looking
Okay,
forward to this.
great.
Little
Let's do
different,
it.
little different scale here, but let's try it out.
That's right. Have at it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be back shortly.
Okay, have fun.
All right, let's try this out. All right, let's get the Exos truck here out on the road. See what we got. A little bit different scale than the C Electric Staples vehicle. 30-foot box on the back. No load, but a little bit of weight. Smooth acceleration coming out of the lot. Wow, very, very quiet. Extremely quiet. Hairpin turns here. Same maneuverability as you would